There is a new word for your political vocabulary. It is Marco-mentum. That is what people are calling Marco Rubio, the senator from Florida, his finish of third, but just nipping at the heels of second-place finisher Donald Trump. They are actually given the same number of delegates. So why did this happen, and what does it mean going forward? Let's bring in Drew Cline. He's the former editorial page editor for the New Hampshire Union Leader and a Marco Rubio supporter. It's good to have you here with us,
Thank
Drew.
you. It's good to be here.
So let's look at some of the numbers, why this happened. It happened very late for Rubio, his overperforming the polls. The Des Moines Register, as you know, spot on since 1988. Got it wrong last night. Big reasons why. Last few days. A lot of people who voted in the last few days, 30%, went for Rubio. Do you think he can win the actual election, the general? That number went for Rubio. Yeah. College kids went for Rubio last night. If we want to put those up so the numbers can verify the statement by the anchor. There we go. Why do you think that happened?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is the candidate. I mean, Rubio is just an incredible candidate. He's got the optimism. He's got the message. He really connects with people. And you see that in New Hampshire at a lot of these town hall meetings and a lot of these house parties. When people leave these house parties, they leave enthusiastic for Marco Rubio. But the other one is the campaign. I mean, they had a great operation, a great ground game. They identified their voters, and they're doing the same thing in New Hampshire.
So the path forward for Marco Rubio is to be the alternative to the extreme, Trump, Cruz. Right. But that means galvanizing a very disparate group of governors that are in the GOP. Why would a Kasich, who is showing strongly right here in the run-up polls in New Hampshire, a Bush, a Christie, get behind Marco Rubio?
Because Marco Rubio is the candidate who can really unify the whole party. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I got on board with Rubio early on, not just because he has the best policies and he really connects well with people, but he has the opportunity. He's the only candidate who really connects with people, not just with conservatives, fellow conservatives, but with people from all different parts of the sort of Republican spectrum, or the center-right spectrum, if you will. I mean, Rubio really has the opportunity to bring people on board. He's a uniter, and I think you saw that in Iowa this time, and you're going to see it in New Hampshire this week.
How surprised were you by the numbers?
I wasn't surprised at the surge for Rubio. I was surprised at how big the numbers that I think someone said on Twitter last night, if it would one more day, Rubio would have come in second, and I think that's right.
Well, I mean, statistically, he's right there. He got the same number of delegates. Do you think Trump not going to the debate hurt him?
Yeah, of course, because if you're undecided and you're not already a committed Trump supporter, you were watching the debate to make up your mind, right? So, of course, it hurt him. You know, Trump's a hot air balloon with a leak right now, and that's not where you want to be going into New Hampshire.
So now we look at New Hampshire. Could be a curveball for Rubio here. Yeah. He is not polling as high as other GOP people who weren't a player in Iowa. What happens if he's 4 or 5 in New Hampshire and you get new names introduced? Maybe a Kasich, maybe a Rubio, not Rubio, Christie, or maybe Kasich here.
Honestly, I just don't see that happening. I've been going to a lot of these events.
Right. You know the state well. Tell us why.
Well, I was at a couple of events in the past couple of weeks for other candidates. And again, you talk to people who leave those events, and they still are uncommitted. I just don't get a feel for momentum for either of these other Republican candidates, but you feel it with Rubio.
A big X factor here in New Hampshire we're going to have to watch. Independents can vote for the Republican. If Bernie Sanders has as big a lead as people say he does, if he maintains it, they may say, well, even Democrats, why would I vote on that side? I think I'm going to vote on the Republican side. That could give an infusion of energy there. We'll see which way it goes. Drew Cline, thank you.